share with you how you can reuse this PLR or done for you content is to create a course, like a full 7 module course from this 7-day challenge. Okay, so I know this might be a little orthodox. I really want you to get in the habit of learning how to repurpose this PLR content or done for you content, white label content, whatever you want to call it. You know, I call it done for you content, but I want you to know how you can repurpose this in so many different ways so that you don't have this just sitting on your drive and you can use it in multiple ways. So I'm going to share with you how I'm going to take this 7-day challenge. Right now it's in PDF form, and I'm going to share with you how I would use this as video content to create a 7 module course. If you missed it, I showed you how to rebrand this. Go back and watch how to rebrand your PLR content online challenge. Just go back and watch that if you want to know how I rebrand it to make it look like this. I want to share with you how to turn this into slide presentations so that you can record it into a 7 module video course. First thing I want to do is that I'm going to change the size of this. I want to change the size to slides. The resize and magic switch is only available, I believe, to paid Canva members. I'm going to go down here to presentation. I am going to select the 16:9, and then I'm going to hit continue. And it's going to make a copy of this, which is great because I don't really like for it to redesign my original stuff. So I'm going to hit copy. And then it's going to give me the option to open it up. So I'm going to open it up. As you can see, things are not like perfect, which is fine because I can change that. So I am going to keep the cover, and I'm going to keep the cover throughout the whole document. So what I'm going to do is drag over some things, stretch some things out. That's the background. We've got this gradient. I'm going to keep that. I am going to send the title. So we've created the first title slide. All right. And then we can change your name. You can go right there. And if you want to make sure that this is your course, if you plan to like do the course faceless without showing your face at all, then I would include a photo of myself here. So I would do element. I would put profile image, and it's going to give me these blocks, this frame. So I'm going to use that round one right there. And I am going to find a photo of myself. I'm just going to go with this one. That would not be my ideal one, but y'all get the point, okay? And I would change the outline color to purple. Let's go with that, all right? So that would be me. I'll put my name here, your instructor. There we go. All right, so we're going to keep it like that. And now we got this welcome part. So there's a lot to this welcome part. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this. And I'm going to take this part off, and we're going to look at this, and we're going to blow it up. And before I do all that, you can keep this if you want to, but I'm going to delete it. I'm keeping the same text, and this is going to be my welcome video. Okay. And then I'm going to delete this top half right here, and delete that. And then I am going to, delete that, and I want to make sure my text is always the same size. So I'm going to check here. This is 25.2. So everything looks consistent. Over the course of this week, we're exploring. So you don't have to say week if you want to. You can say in this course. And I would probably make these bullet points. Okay. And if you want your face to stay consistent on each slide, if you want to, don't have to, you can just grab this over here, copy, and I would drop my little face right here, over here in the corner, make me smaller. No, I'm keeping me right here. And I think I am going to drop myself here too. I like this method of just keeping my face here. I might bring my name over as well. Let's make it black now that I can see it. And then bring it down here, okay? Now, here's the fun thing that you can do. You can wrap this around so it becomes a little logo. I think I'm not going to do bold. I'm going to do a medium font. And you guys, you're just watching me. This is how I would literally edit this And as you're watching this, if there's certain parts that you don't like, you can always fast forward. So I'm going to turn this around so that my name sort of forms the shape of the circle. I need to move it over closer. All right. Move it down a little bit and let's adjust that just a little bit more so it's a little tighter. Yes, there we go. I'm going to group it so that it stays. And if it's not you, maybe it's your logo, can go here. It keeps your presentation consistent. I'm going to make these points bold so they stand out. This would be the welcome video. I'm going to do all the slides for the videos and then we're going to separate them. I'm going to show you how I would do that and more. Okay, there we go. Here is a little thing you might not know, but you can change the style of some of your slides. So let's click here. Let's click to styles. And let's click layout. And sometimes it will give you a different, like, funky layout that you might like. And we can do this to the other ones too, but I'm just going to show you with this one. I'm going to choose this one. That's a layout. You like that? I like that. And then I'm going to drop this down. Why beat the doubt? Again, you can change this to whatever. I'm going to move him. I'm going to double click on the image so I can move him around a little bit. And I am going to enlarge him because I want him more in the forefront. And that's how I'm going to do that. That's how we're going to roll. I'm not going to do all these days because you get the point, but you'll get it. I'm going to do, so that would be the welcome. And now I'm going to work on day one. So I have a welcome video. I'm going to make at least 3 copies of this. I know I'm at least want 3 slides. And I know I want a subtitle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start each module off with the title of the course. And so let me show you this. What I would do is duplicate this page and I would put it in front of day 1 and I would put day 1 on here. So I'm going to just copy that word day 1 and paste it and I'm going to make it white so it stands out. Day 1. And if you want to go back, you can go back. I'm going to copy this and put welcome on this slide. So that will help you distinguish which module is which. So now that we are working on day 1, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on day 1's page, I am going to put day 1, the title, day 1, and I'm going to put the objective. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to talk about when we get into day 1. And you can see that our layout presentation is helping us out a little bit. So you know what? I'm going to go with this one. This is looking a little cute. I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. Remember, I want each sentence on its own line to just make it easier to read. All right. So that's the objective for day 1. I'm going to talk about it day 1. And then I'm going to get into the content. So I'm going to delete this part. I don't need this anymore. I don't need for it to say day 1. Okay. So now that we're on this next slide, we're going to leave the reflection prompt to the next slide, and we're going to give detail activity. Okay. So this is what they would do on that day. Then we're going to add this, our reflection prompt. Now you can leave this out because this is a reflection prompt. Maybe you can just include with the course, you can include the ebook guide that we created early in one of those other videos. And then maybe you can just leave out the reflection prompt, or you can tell them to refer back to the ebook for the reflection prompt. That's that. Sometimes I like to go back up here to, let's see all the slides together. And I want my looks to be consistent. So for my day 1 here, we're going to have day 2. So I need the cover slide again. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. Duplicate. And I'm going to put that there in front of day 2. And then I'm going to change that day 1 to day 2. Okay. And then I am going to go back. And this is how it did day 1. So I want my day 2s to look like this. So I'm going to duplicate this. And I am just going to do a little copy and paste them because sometimes those layouts don't come out to be the same. So we have that. Okay. So now we've got the welcome. We have day 1, we have day 2, and we got day 2 content, and it ends with a quote. And then I will go through and do all of that for all the rest of the days because each day will be a module. And then once I've, corrected all of my days, day 1, day 2. I will go here, my last slide, if you remember from the guide, we have a call to action for them to join our next step. Now you can add this, but if you don't, you don't have to. But if this was my next step, I would create a new module. So my next step module would be a separate module. I would put your next step. Your next step, or you can keep it all in the same line. It's just up to you. Sometimes I change my mind on a lot of stuff. And I want my letters to be a little tighter. There we go. The next. So my next step would look like this. And then my other content would just be, this would just be the mock-up. And then I would actually have the link, the URL link will go here. It takes them to purchase this masterclass. Or if you have a laser coaching session you want them to sign up for, then I would take them there with that. So I will put that link here, copy, and I'll make sure that link is on this page as well. Okay. So that turns that into a, basically, if we did all these days are 7 days plus the welcome video, that's 8. And then the next step will be a 9-module course. Let me share with you how I will record it, because I would record this right in Canva. Once I go here, I would go here and record this. And so I would record it per module. So I would go up here and I would hit present and record, and I will go to record. And because I'm doing it faceless, I would not show my video camera, but I'll make sure my mic is on. And then I would start recording. Now, I don't know if this is going to record because I am doing this, but I will record it. And I will record it all the way up until we get to, so I will do the welcome video. And then I would stop right here, and I would hit pause. Well, I would end it. I would stop right there and end it. And then I would download this one. So let's download it. And then we'll watch it download. Oh, that was fast. I was focusing. And then let's just go look at it. I will record it. See, and that will be the recording. And I will record module 2, which will be day 1 of the 7-day challenge. And I will do this until I have all 9 of my modules completed. So the modules again would be the welcome would be your first module, then day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way to day 7 once you change your slides. And then you would do the next step video, which will be module 8 or video 8. If you want to do a next step. If not, then day 7 will be the end. But if you don't do a next step, then I would do an ending, like end it with thank you, I hope this helped, or this is how you build confidence, and this is why this is important to build confidence, whatever. I would have some kind of closing. So if it's not a next step for them to buy something, definitely close and have a conclusion to this presentation, okay? That will be the end, and that's it. And then you have a 9-module course from a 7-day challenge. That is how you repurpose PLR content or dump you content, white label content, whatever you want to call it. But this is how you repurpose dump you content.